Hey guys, I'm just going for a walk here near my house in Calgary, and it's a bit rainy today. Actually, it's not rainy, it's just drizzling a little bit. Drizzling, do you know what that means? There's a difference between rain and drizzle. Drizzle means very light rain, very light, right? You can see it's not raining, right? But it is actually a little bit. The grass, I don't know if you can see here on the grass is, it's a little bit wet. It's moist. Moist means a little bit wet, okay? So it's drizzling. It's a very overcast day here in Calgary. Overcast means it's cloudy. The whole sky is cloudy. Look. Do you see any blue sky or any sunshine? No, because it's overcast. The whole sky is covered in cloud. It's just one big cloud. So today I want to make sort of an interesting lesson. I want to teach you something a little bit strange or a bit interesting, and that is sidewalk etiquette. Sidewalk etiquette. Do you know what etiquette means? Etiquette means like politeness or manners. Okay. Now, a sidewalk is the place you walk beside a road, like a street. So that's a road there, right? You don't walk on the road, otherwise you're going to get hit by cars. You walk on the sidewalk. The sidewalk, okay? And in the UK, they call the sidewalk the pavement. The pavement. So that's the difference between British English and, American, Canadian English, right? So this is a sidewalk in Canada and the US, but it's a pavement. It's the pavement in the UK. Well, in Canadian and American English, that is the pavement. That kind of stuff, that black stuff is called pavement. That's the pavement. So, it can be a little bit confusing, the difference between British English and American English, okay? So, this is a sidewalk. So, what does sidewalk etiquette mean? Sidewalk etiquette, sidewalk politeness. Now, if you walk on a sidewalk, are there rules? Are there rules like on the road? No, there are no rules for walking on the sidewalk, right? But there are norms. Norms. That means, what's normal? What is the normal thing to do? What is the polite thing to do? Okay, now, one norm is that when you're walking on a sidewalk, okay, and someone else is coming from that side, then you move to the right side, and he or she also moves to their right, and then you can walk past each other, right? So if I'm walking like this, right, and I see someone coming, then I will move to the right side, and they will also move to their right, and we'll walk past each other. Now, this is a little bit strange, but here in my community, okay, there have been a number of times when I'm walking on the sidewalk and I see an Indian person, right, someone from India or maybe Pakistan or one of those countries. They're walking toward me. We're walking toward each other on the sidewalk. So I move to the right, and they move to their left, which is my right. So now we're in the same lane. We're in the same side of the sidewalk. So then I move over to the left and I walk past them. Now, is there anything wrong with that? Well, no, there's nothing wrong, but that's breaking the norm. They are breaking the norm. I'm not breaking the norm, right? Now, the reason it's the norm to walk on the right side of the sidewalk is because that's how we drive. Okay, look at this. See this road here? This road is divided. Okay, this is one lane. Then there are those, the grass and the trees, and then there's the other lane. See, this car or the SUV, he's driving in the right lane, right? This lane is going this way, that lane is going that way. So in Canada, you drive on the right side of the road. Okay, but in other countries like Pakistan or India, they drive on the left side. So I think that's why some of these people in this community, most of the people in this community are from India. Okay, so I think that's why they naturally move to their left. So I move to my right and they move to their left, which means we're in the same lane. So that's a problem, right? That's a really big problem because then we're going to hit each other. So I just wanted to make a lesson to explain that here in Canada, if you are walking on a sidewalk, you should move to your right if you see someone coming from the front, right? There are no rules for sidewalks like there are for the roads. The roads have rules, the sidewalks don't have rules, but the sidewalks have norms. Etiquette. Okay, so you should be polite and you should move to the right. Otherwise, people will think, that's a bit weird. Why is that person moving over into my lane? This is kind of crazy, right? But I think, a lot of the people are just used to doing that, maybe from India or something like that. Now, another thing that is, maybe different in different cultures is eye contact. Okay, do you look at someone when you walk past them and do you say hi or do you smile? Well, I like to do that. It's polite. Usually, when I'm like, I don't know, maybe about 4 or 5 meters away from someone, when they're walking toward me, then I will look up and I will smile. And if they smile back, I might say hi. Okay, that's a polite thing. That's a very nice thing to do. But to be honest, most people in a city don't really do that. They don't make eye contact. They just look down, right? They're walking and they're just looking down. I like to look at people. I like to say hi and smile. Now, that's very common in a small town. If you live in a small town here in Canada, it's very common that people will say, hi, how are you? Good, thanks. But in a city, it doesn't happen very much. Okay, so, that's unfortunate. How about in your country? Do people smile at each other when they are walking on the sidewalk? I try to, but in most cases, they don't reciprocate. That means they don't match my effort. I'm trying to, but they don't reciprocate. Okay, but maybe in your country, people are more friendly than here, and maybe they say hi too. So usually, when I'm walking on the sidewalk, it's probably like 4 or 5 meters, maybe less, maybe like 3 meters. I look at them. If they look at me, then I say hi. If they don't look at me, then I look away and I keep walking. So I don't know. Anyway, that's just a little bit of stuff about sidewalk etiquette. Let me know how you handle these situations in your country. Do people walk on the right side of the sidewalk if they see someone coming from the front? Do people look each other? Do people make eye contact and say hi or smile or something? Let me know down there in the comments. My fingers are freezing. It's so cold I can hardly hold my phone. I'm holding my phone with my left hand and it's frozen. Right now the temperature is about 3 degrees, I think. Maybe about 2 or 3 degrees here in Calgary. The forecast is for snow tomorrow. No! I don't like cold weather. My hands are... Can you you see my breath? Maybe it's not cold enough. You can't see my breath. Most of the time in winter, when you go outside your house, you can see your breath. You can see it, right? Anyway, I'm gonna go inside my house and warm up my hands. So leave your comments down there, and I will see you over in the next episode of Mad English TV. Take care.